welcome to today's edition of Let's Chat Show on Avantrix TV with me, Ifwa Ando. Now, today's discussion is going to be centered around a topic that is quite crucial as youth or as women or as gentlemen. How can we choose a partner the godly way? How and when can we know that the person we are choosing to date or court towards marriage is the right partner for us? And how do we know that God approves of our relationship with the person? Now, my guest for today is a retired educationalist who has taught for 42 solid years. He's married with 7 children, 6 boys and a girl. He's been nicknamed the Love Doctor because of his interesting conversations around relationships, his conversations and teachings around relationships. He's also a licensed marriage counselor, and he's with me today in the studio to discuss this topic with me. Stay tuned, we'll be right back.
Now, before we can answer this question, let's go back to the Garden of Eden and look at marriage. Now, marriage in God's way is between a male and a female born like that. Nowadays, we have some people who were born male, but they have changed to be female. That one is not God's approved human beings. The approved human beings are those who were born male and female. So, marriage, if we want to marry, then the person should be a male or a female. Now, God created marriage in His presence. That's the Garden of Eden. For a purpose, 1, for companionship. Number 2, for procreation. And 3, for a help. If you know these things, then if you are entering into marriage, you have to know how and when, as your question demands. Now, as you said, for somebody who wants to marry, getting ready to marry, then there are a lot of things you have to take into consideration. Nobody can become a headmaster without appointment. So it means that for marriage, somebody have to call you in. You cannot be a husband or a wife without God calling you in. Some people also call themselves in. They are the people who face problems.
So what's the difference between being called in and calling yourself?
Thank you. Thank you. Now, if you want to marry God's way, then you have to, the criteria of marriage, God's marriage model, you have to go about it. Number 1, the person that you have to enter into marriage with should be God's person. Somebody from God. Look at Adam. God created Adam. Look at Eve. God created Eve. So both were from God. So if you want to marry and you want to pick the person from somewhere, for example, we have useless relationship, we have useful relationship, and we have the cursed relationship. The two, the cursed and the useless, they are not God's approved. And therefore, if you go by that relationship, you go outside the perimeters of God's marriage.
So
let me explain which one we call the useless relationship. A lot of ladies think that getting into relationship will land you in marriage. Not all relationship will land you in marriage. For that one, it's true, because not all human beings will marry. There are some people pressurize them to get into marriage. They are not ready. Marriage, you have to prepare and get ready. They are not ready. They don't know anything about marriage. But parents will force them. And I won't worry. And you rush to take anybody at all. That is a mistake. If you base on pressure, some also is the friends who pressurize them. Oh, in this year they don't come baby. Some also their own pleasure. They pressurize themselves. But Nanti Binenchain is staying with somebody who is maltreating him or her. And because he's over age, let's say 25, 30, and you want independent, you say, oh, be a baby, I'm a family. These are marriages that people enter and they enter in a mistake way.
So
there's so many. Yes.
Say that these people haven't been called; they have called themselves.
Yes, and when you call yourself, you go through the fence wall because the marriage, God is at the gate. If you have to pass through the fence wall because you are coming in illegally. Some also pass through the gutter. Then they come inside. You remember in the Bible, Jesus said that they call people to the marriage ground, but he went and somebody was not wearing the marriage wedding attire. So he asked, how did you come in? It means that some people come into the marriage grounds without being called by God. At the gate where God is, the good marriage, you'll be there. God will scan you. The man you are bringing in, the woman you are bringing in, when you pass through the gate, God will scan everybody and tell you the behavior. Not all people are marriage materials, I said. He told Abraham, do not take a wife from the Canaanite woman. Why is it that they told Jacob? There are some ladies in the Bible that they shouldn't marry them. One is in Proverbs 21:9. It is stated that it is better to dwell at the corner of a roof than to take a wife who is a nagging wife or a quarrelsome wife. So those people, if you go and pick somebody like that, you are going through the fence wall. The behavior is not good. Again, somebody will be dating somebody because of money conscious. He is not in love with that person, but because of money, you follow money into the marriage grounds. You are crumbling the fence wall. Another one is beauty. As you sit here beautiful like this, and somebody look at you and say, hey Charlie, girl you fool, girl you shape, girl you you don't love that person, but because of the shape you have, very good, he follow you to the marriage grounds. It's a mistake. You are passing through the fence wall. Some also fame. Hey Charlie, guy no, or yet more banco, or your software, one man chair software, and a lot of ladies are following this fame. You follow it through the fence wall. It's not the gate. Then let's come to the gutter one, the curse one. Any marriage that starts from fornication, you have sex before coming inside the marriage ground. God hates fornication. You are cursing yourself. You are under curse. The Bible says that the fornicators will be judged, and you came into fornication. You have missed the point. It is not God's way. Another one, somebody has maltreated his wife, and the wife have quit the marriage, and you are going for another one. You gave birth to one, two. You are not taking good care of them, and you are in another marriage. It's a curse. They will cry there, and you are in a curse. Another one, some ladies, the school that they attended, some gentlemen took care of them to the university point, and at a point they said, then look at the pain you have brought into that man's life, and you will never mention your name in a good matter. He will be cursing you. It's a curse man. That one is through the gutter. Another one is parental consent. Every marriage must get a parental consent. Your mother say no, your father say no. You say that whether you say no or yes, we are going in. And you see a lot of people getting into the marriage ground without parental consent. They go even hire people to come and back them as parents. It's a cursed marriage.
So with regards to the parental consent,
very good.
I think I have a question. And my question is, what if the consent you are not getting from your parents, probably one parent? I think when it is both parents who are not consenting, then it's a big problem. But in the case where one parent consents but the other says, maybe because of the person's tribe, everything is okay, they are just not happy about the fact that the person is not from a tribe they will prefer that you marry from, they say no to that. Is that a legitimate reason why you should not marry someone?
Okay, thank you. Whether from one side or both, they are a problem. In marriage, parental consent is one of the key of a successful marriage. They have to give you your blessing. They have to give your hand into somebody's hand. Now, if, for example, the man's parent, especially the man's mother, the one who gave birth to that man, took care The circumcision was not easy. For 1 week, this mother didn't sleep. And he has taken care of this man till the university level. The man is working. And he said no to you. And he said that, oh, because we are in love, you are throwing your mother overboard. You will go all right, but you face a lot of problems. So if they are not consenting to the person you have brought, whether tribe or whatever it is, wait. Explain things to your mother or your father. Sit them down. If they can't understand you alone, bring somebody that they respect, or then you bring those people in.
Okay.
Then you pray to your God. If they say no, sister, he is not the only man on this earth. God has stopped creating your partner from your ribs. It is stopped. So by all means, it is not one person that this is my rape. No. If their parents say no, the person who gave birth to that person say no. Mm-hmm. Try and convince your mother or father to accept the person.
Okay.
And you should accept the person from heart. He can accept. Okay. You face the consequences.
Okay.
Because parents are very, very instrumental in marriage.
Okay. So from what you said about the fact that there is not a particular person, definitely you find someone else if you move on. Does that also mean that there is no such thing as the right person? I think some people like to say soulmate. I found my soulmate, or I found the perfect person for me. Does that mean there is no such thing as a perfect partner or a soulmate, and that it is how you both work towards what you want?
Thank you. Nobody is perfect in this universe.
Okay.
Jesus even said it. And in marriage, Amos 3:3, can two move together unless they agree? And the agreement must be in physical, agreement in emotional, and agreement in spirit.
Okay.
If you are going to marry somebody who is not a Christian, and you are a Christian, sister, you are marrying someone with only one head, and it is like bringing, in quote, a mad person into your life.
Okay.
Because that person is going to lead your life. So if your husband, the one you say you are in love, he cares, whatever it is, you have to test the love of that person.
Okay.
Whether it's real or last. One, you have to test in the machine called, the first machine is test whether the person loves God.
Okay.
If the person loves God, he must love you. Say that love your God with all your might. And after that, you love your neighbor as yourself. So you test that one.
Okay.
Two, you test the love in the fruit of the Spirit. Joy, love, peace, patience,
okay, kindness,
goodness, meekness, and faithfulness and self-control. You examine whether the person is having that. Then 3, 1 Corinthians 13, foregoing, it tells you about love. After that, every woman who is qualified to be a marriage material should have 3 qualities. If you don't have, you are not. 1, you have to be beautiful out. The way you, because in this Ghana now, we have the slim queens, we have the career women.
Okay.
Even the secondary school girls are there, university girls are waiting for you. If you don't dress well, because gone are the days that you go to farm, this time you go to work, your husband would like to take you out here and there to introduce you to friends. So you have to know how to dress well from your hair to your toe. Some people looking at the wig, the so-called wig, you see a person wearing wig, but it's like a dead coffin. You see, flupa no be, infatano.
Okay.
So you have to know how to dress well. It's very important. 2, you have to be beautiful in your character. It's very, very important. God has given you rules and duties of a woman. So your character should also be good. As we are going on, you mention some of the characters. And 3, you have to be heavy. You have to be a lady who is working.
Okay.
Either a skilled or profession. If these 3 things, you qualify.
So what about the gentleman or the
gentlemen? Very good. Gentlemen too, you have to be also outside beauty, the way you dress. There are some that one we don't place much emphasis on it, but you have to look nice. Some ladies look at it.
Okay.
So, some doesn't matter, because for ladies most of them is the money matter. not your physical body. But some, they look at it. So you have to be a gentleman, the way you dress. And 2, as for the gentleman, you have to be heavy. Heaviness means you have to work and get money.
Okay.
Because ladies, most of them, they can take care of a man who is not working for at most 6 months. Then they are tired. Okay. You can't eat 3 times a day in the house. Okay. So you have to work and pray. For that one, if you're a man and you don't have, you are out of the race. Okay. If your penis is not strong, it's not working.
Okay.
You are not going to do anything. You are not ready. It is in your mind that you think you can marry, but you are not a married material.
Be willing to stay with you? No,
not that. If you go there without a useful penis, either you die yourself or you kill the woman and they will arrest you and put you behind bar.
Okay.
One, you die of yourself because when you see your lady dressed to work, then your temperature will go up. Where are you going to work? And you are dressed like this. So
your own mindset.
Yes. 2, you will go to work and you will be late. You will call you. Today you are late. So we are still doing meeting. Now what did they be meeting? One day you come home and you have a phone call, you'll be smiling. Oh, okay. What's it day? If you don't take care, your husband will hit you with a knife. Okay. So if your manhood is not working, you're not ready. 2, if your manhood is not working, you yourself, you will not be happy. You will not be happy at all. It will haunt you. Okay. So for the man, you have to work on it. That is what they name you after, Berima. So you can't just go. It's like someone have invited you to a party and you have malaria. You don't feel like eating. They are going to cocktail party. What are you going to do there? So a man must be beautiful beautiful in your character, and you have to be strong as a man. Okay. And when you say beautiful in, then the God-fearing spirit in you. A man must have 2 heads, not 1.
Okay. All right. So guys, I hope you are enjoying the conversation so far. We want you to leave your comments in the comment section. Please like the video and share with your friends and loved ones. Whatever your questions are, just put them in the comment section. Elder here will also leave his number. If you have any questions concerning your relationship or marriage, you can always give him a call to discuss. Now, back to the conversation. We want to know, at what point would you know that this is the person I need to marry? At what point should your godly instincts lead you to believe or accept that this is the person you need to marry or settle with?
Okay. So the first thing is to pray. If you say that you are prepared, you yourself, as I said, you are beautiful out, beautiful in, and you are working, you earn a living. Okay. Then you have to pray to God. When you pray to God, God will answer you. If the mindset, you see, there are some people who enter into marriage with a different type of mindset. But if your mindset is God's way marriage, then God will have to answer you. But there are some people, God will bring the person, that they will also use their measure to measure. And the only thing is, prayer counts a lot. One mompire, Yamina Warren, or Nim Nipano, or Nipasha, near Chino, and Yamidosha Comem, into Yakupo Nim, so Nipaya would any pay no. Sani pay no. Sa Subai Baku, Minumi, and some we were no. And Unti, Sa Subano, Uber to me and not one to me. Into Bompay Yami Uyichere. Number 2, during your courtship time, a lot of things will come out. Okay. Somebody who is easily angry and challenge ube. Okay. Na just one might be do kind or to iPhone mount. No bo kurana or the power shower or bejatum. On what that pain. Also enjoy Intino you be ano nibufu kra or bepacho. And when ni efra. Okay. Say and this na would dinyame anymore. You have to discern. Okay. The discernment is very, very important. And maybe subani na chilomefrenos scan. God will give you the scan report of that person. Not all that guilt test is good. Because that's all right. Mubinya na demi na any reaction. And just obompaye and nkunsa watch and pray. And so do any to them. If I say obisa won say me nipakase and am penny paketwa. me pe kokko anam pe tuntum say ni ma no so ese wo ho efe ese wo education ehwe enye play part kese bia but wo e man na fem no obi o ye lecturer university lecturer won ko Jesus da so do po betumi awaro ahwe but be ma pa oba owie ni masters anko Jesus da memfa ho wo twapo ma be so tenten because enye wo line ni enti enema betumi anwo se onipa wei oye obi a metumi na bobra no se ye wo ye oba ono na oba ye wuti enti nimi bi ho a oye bra mo koto oye na okomenje sister okomenje a na o se mefa na sara na me kwa akosesa na wontumi ansese obi a waware ase enye ne kore ananse baby afa bae no se oda gotemu na wona friends obi ho a ade bia papa bi obi ye no the friend compensation
okay
enu nti no di echire na oba se oba ka so oni baby ti eno ma ne dan atrem wo yi sto bia ma no na wo ma na adwuma enu nku anti no di echire o kwa akofie egu se enu nku na di echire kwa akofie egu wo yi ni pakase brother ne mpe ni pakase ono na mi no ka se me de ni patete de ye me fo na wo so yi pakase na ne nama o ya ha ho you are in a useless relationship
okay na ninyi na no aya ehu hia. Is it always the case say aya ye ka say bi o ho na ye de a ye pe na nyame pe nti e bia wo trim you want someone who is slim or someone who is big when it comes to the person's social status no ope obi e bia akọ school akọ nanim but e bia na nyame hihye mu nso no that is not what Nyankopon pema. Must it be the case say as I say wo hwehwe hu san nyama nyina ehu say we na mepe ansana obere
niema ni na ye kani na no nia edimu akotempa so nipa no suro nyame
okay
enu ne edimu akotempa enu de se wanhwe na kura ware na se a obesa aba enti so nipa ni suro nyame a nipa no suro nyame a enu no kam bia no oma asomdwe be fie ho but esa so bia so wo ne interest oblipe bia wo interest obibim odi bi ohu a na nani gye ho eye ne fe no enu nti na ese niema no etume ba into play no okay. But in play major role bia but account
okay
account yamfa say obi a onko school da onim brofo ka onim twi ka na onso oye public figure
okay
wa fro say woni oyire mra na oyire no be ma talk okomaden talk and into be say do one sana na memma no egize won akofa nipa fo do akọ
okay
esane saade yiri nti akofa problem abrew what you say efei enne no aware a romantic relationship but nipa be nim enti say obi wo a okọ dada na tibo na emma no so probi romantic so when to me anko that side that you romantic no nipa so wanhwe who na stress na e could be no romantic and so it to me from quenches of marital love enema e di aware be san beto fem
okay
enti sa education tribe any the structure of that you know a play part in getting woman obi ho a ono na ohwe obi ho nipa kase a oto no ho why bobu fu sade enti say unipa ote sa na ono mpe nipa kase from the childhood no yenim ne tie wona dwuma mpe nipa kase now o do ho hyehye no ware wo a what wa gbon wo do for asem why kekeke o de be yawo ana so mpe nipa tietia nti be so say o ye fiafia se wana wa pepa ho mo nam kura no ko hu nipa a ye kase sa be so hwe de tiko sa no abone tiko hwem ne enko ne den ne wona hu a ebi nim ho there is something nanko pe nipa tietia e na waba na kwem o for so no enti e dia ware no be kodi chi ne mo nti eniema ne de ye hwe ne ba but ni titiw ne se onipa no osuro nyame a sister what to hu let me be osuro nyame na odo be ba ware ni mo no I dey say bi ewu ye de bi obe pro nwegu obe prasa I so bodan for de bi o sene be ba fie ho oba so osuro nyame sa no te wo pon adwuma kwan to be fie de say o ne ho efe ntima hwe a na nti nyame suro e ya de di kan ni nyame suro no so ani nyansan fiase
okay the ammonia fanko for my
okay the beginning of wisdom is the fear of God.
The Lord.
Yes.
Yeah. So I think say at what point in Sunnah we can be led by the Spirit to make the decision? At what point na ye be hu say we die Nyankopon approve na wo ka say ye bom pa ye ni ade nyame be die ye ni wo hu obeka kire obeyi a kire better na ya think how are we going to feel within us, or say Nyankopon yi kire kra, how are we not going to miss it?
Okay.
How can we be led by the Spirit?
Thank you very much. It's very, very important. Now, when we pray to God, God can reveal it through dreams. Sometimes you will dream and see the person. Sometimes, even when you meet the person face to face, you feel it in your whole body. When you are with the person sitting, then you feel it. You are happy with that person. So all these things will tell you that this person, they are clicking.
It's supposed to be mutual. Say,
exactly.
It's supposed to be
exactly. Okay. So if you say that God has approved you of, let him also feel it. Okay. Let him also see it. So everybody, that's why they say that, oh, okay, I love you, so let us go and pray.
Okay.
So both will pray. Sometimes you will not dream, you will pray. God, as I'm saying, God will show it in different dimensions.
Okay.
You will feel it. Sometimes you'll be performing some activities. This lady, if I get this lady, because of that performance. But if that is the only thing that you're going to concentrate without the other ones I'm talking about, then that one will also go against. Yeah.
Okay.
For example, even the tribes that we are saying, there are some tribes that the way they speak, it is very presentable, like the Kwapims. If I just say, but there are some people too, they speak in the harsh way. Hey, so if you are somebody who doesn't like in that harsh manner, and you go in for that person, the two will not click, because any time he speaks, you think he's insulting you, he doesn't respect. Meanwhile, that's how they speak.
Okay.
So that's why he said there are a lot of things you have to consider. So God will reveal to you in different ways, through dreams or your instinct or that way.
Okay. And at what point sooner, as I say, yes, ye jai, ye pe, and my Nyankopon pe ejuma. How, at what points can we know, say, at this point, I said, we're talking about the fact that it be a penny pa kesi, penny pa slim. At what point now we have to accept that maybe the person we are with, take all the other boxes. Take all the other boxes, but because dream mono, nipan was so yesi on tessa. And you know, better than you say, baby, during this, I say, my pen, a cook, and you could pay a jo.
Bible, I say, we say, be with him when the mayor. To be sad, you bet to be in the 10 win hours to be a swoon yammy, but over Senepe on ye, on the soap crumple. Even though we yet more fine, or I did be on so or way. And he said, a near man medi can't kind no. The boy na the physical appearance no, and yennefe. Ubu on pebako, I didn't know when I dream free, the more frase, and to on pebako, on one name into on pebako, Ubu on peba tuntum, on one say, what they were forced to the above tuntum in man one, even though soon me. But this answer when I dream my own penalty, a big influence, never or they go to any panel. On any better all right, on any uncle, but a big influence. The more back or call our pair, time and attention per se draw, the mere one way is in the year of a fiancé. And he won't go for I say, well, call the baby I was several diane, Fufu now person. Ben kum pen papa's woman bisara. Look at what I say, oh, Marco Seno. Aha, and he said, Onipano. Unko fa bi aware de no unko fa bibia o se me fa na sara o fa na sara komua a long life eye munkwande ina na oni nipa na ekobobra enti se o fa na sara woni nje ne ho osuru nyame ora ba woni nje ne ho monye namfo ni bi wa wo mpe wo sa nipa na ho na akofa you are going to endure marriage, you are not going to enjoy it.
Okay.
Marriage, uko secondary school, ubia wana tell you nipa no doso. Ubia was secondary school, but ubia was you pick na down for far. And you come share your pick ya down for no. So ampa ubia mforso no share ya. Utumi na maybe 10 years ubi won konda. Because when they come on, can two live together unless they agree? And you have to agree in everything. Say what agree what they are show con. Your bakubia or friend of compassion. Compassion is just say, young fan say, akwa wepa ne mame ne oye mmobon ti me wa na maboa no what the sa warrior you're going to be a slave nipa ma kwan say one ware in a true compassion way say what they ayem hihye na wan fa amhihye ware okay ye ne sa na wudu ba bi na wo kasa se me kasa wo kasa woni ba bi am piki wo free ye oba kire wase wo me kasa wo kasa me be fa now you are nobody wo no ma me na me hwe mo we say enu nko ba say me ma ware aho and also say obi a ne papa ne wa force say wan ware sa ba ya be we means me yase na ogina by force marriage so akoware okay enti say nyimi na enne no ubompa wi a ma onipa no onye bat ebu ho a na oche okay oche pa fat wa pemu a member ne boss wo ringe ye fe wuti so wonansa odine sa me fun say age a che no okay and my friend desperation marriage was you be my friend Sarah well what twintwam that our friends are body na say and oba so the body dey to be twintwam at age you body me twintwam mo say well wo wuro ho show body kra bo afu so sentimi pa mini sa abere na we see so no ebia nya me di ni pa ne baba wo hwe ni ti ne hwen na the judge me was ebia nya me choice no dey ma one wo de ne to ho aha and sometimes you mistake and you pam ya me choice ni akofa yangaza ya mo nsam no akofie
well I hope say we have enjoyed the conversation. I think we started with English and then we switched to Chi. Just let us know what she wants and then we'll get you sorted. Before we go, we will let Elder give his number out. If you have questions or any concerns you want to talk to him about, he's a licensed marriage counselor, like we said earlier. So he's not, excuse me to say, an ordinary relationship, expert. He's a counselor and he's licensed. So you can talk to him. We'll leave the number beneath the screens, but before then, he's going to give his number out. So, number 2.
Yeah. Before I give my number out, maybe say youth na abasisiano. What you say? Not I love you. Every I love you means I love you.
Okay.
Some are last. Some are last. You see, there are 4 letters with love and last. And a man for team question be more. Ukoye matrama relationship. Say me kind no. Ubu wa papa penny mu pa obe said in another size. No, any relationship mu. Okay. Oh, madness. Because we discover what okay be a channel. Sa relationship no aim to me enko bebia. If you say who was a relationship well per se kwa wariasia, there are do's and don'ts. And you go and say oh yeah. And then man who say mess ye enko sorry. To be another say Bible here was okay. Mommy and can Mary or Jesus. You would number Joseph aware. One sorry that. And he said, when you are sorry, when you are worried and free, I mean, you got anymore. I didn't meet you sex before marriage. And yakura. And yakura. And the enemy be brave by what a mark trust, a buffy, a trust, a bookra. And he said, would you be a what the oh, me sorry. That work was sheer. Baby pa so we are won't make our warriors you obesadi na nto de message obeso the bullet strong one asha na fe so se wo pese wura wari mu a sua aware ho niema se we nsua teacher adwuma yesua anse na class ba kwa kira de enti aware na ye kom no ye wo pillars ahoro inum 5 pillars you have to make sure you can set them at their normal places. One pillar is Christ in your marriage. You have to plant Christ in your marriage. It should be at the center. Then you have communication at one side, romance at one side, sex at one side, personal hygiene at one side. If you set these pillars, you lie on it and you say, "Oh, name send you sitting combo." Oh, kasa boom boom. Or do they often romance? Who name yet? But they often sex no. Oh, ye green horn. But my saying you can't have a so now they basa.
So I think say these five
the pillars
are a whole discussion.
Yes, there are a lot of things that we have to say about the Christ at the middle, communication, romance, sex, and personal hygiene. When you lay your marriage on these pillars, you are at rest. So if you let one pillar collapse from your marriage, sister,
then you're in the end.
And another thing I called quenches of marital love. You have to be very careful if you are in or you are getting in. One, your own bad behavior. It will quench your, they can enter well, but that can quench. Two, the bad behavior of your relations, father, mother, siblings. You allow them to poke their nose inside your marriage. You are just going to quench it. Three, friends. If you allow your friends to poke their nose inside your marriage, you are going to. Four, ex. Some people, their ex are destroying their marriages. Oh, into worry into me friend won't fire. Sister of fire them, brother of fire them is an ex monko. But people are entertain the ex. Then we have the prophet. There are a lot of prophets nowadays that they are even leading the people. The prophet, sometimes the woman, the yam that is going to cook for the husband, you go and give the yam to the prophet to do some concoctions on it before you bring it to the marriage grounds. What are you talking about? Then we have some that I call the unforeseen circumstances. That one too, you will not take into consideration that it will come, but sometimes it comes. For example, when you go and the woman is not able to give birth, or the man's penis has gone off, or one of them have lost their job. Then all these things, when it comes, you have to stand firm, else it will collapse the marriage. Marriage is for God. It's a long-term institution. So when you are entering, the way you enter, the partner you enter with, and the concept, the marriage itself, you have to know all before you can succeed in marriage. Then you can't get a perfect person. So when you get somebody, then you have to cultivate it. But forgiveness spirit a bemwa odi adwumebeye nyame wo afa utum de boneche nyame nimu a obe ho chenchene aware de but one hwe de ya entumi dem.
Wow. I have enjoyed the discussion so far. I hope that you have also enjoyed it. Like we said, the 5 pillars, I believe that we would have to tackle that separately. Then he can take his time to explain what exactly they mean and how you can apply them to your relationship or marriage. So back to the number.
0243 915 215.
0243915215.
Another one, Vodafone 0203 899947.
Okay, so there you have it. It will be displayed on the screen and then you can call him. Again, please like the video, share with your friends and loved ones, and do comment whatever you want to know. If you have questions, if you have a topic you want us to treat for you, we'd be happy to know about that. This show is called Let's Chat. It's a show where we discuss pertinent social issues and everything relationship. The show was proudly brought to you by Navantrix Limited. Please do search Navantrix on social media platforms. We do website designs, we do app designs, everything digital marketing, photography, videography. Navantrix is the place to go. Thank you for making time to watch today's edition of the Let's Chat show on Navantrix TV with me, Efua Ando. And before we leave, we'll take a few closing statements from Elder Joseph Frimpong Ako here.
Thank you, Efua. Thank you, viewers. Thank you very much for having me on this show. I'm also grateful to be with you. What I'm saying is that I am a marriage coach, a counselor, and a sex coach. So if anyone, other congregation, if it is a congregation or couples, if you invite me, I'm available. You can invite me to your programs. I'll come and talk at the program. May the Lord Almighty bless all of you. I wish you well. Bye-bye.
So thank you for making time to watch today's edition of Let's Chat Show with me, Efua Ando, on Navantrix TV. If you want to watch this video on Facebook, you can also search Navantrix TV on Facebook, and then you can have the video to watch. You can share with your friends and loved ones, and do comments. Thank you. See you another time. Bye.
Bye-bye.